It's been a while since I made one of these. I've been not really busy in any way whatsoever, physically or even mentally, but the things that have been on my mind are things that I can't really talk about on here because they involve other people, and I'm not going to talk about other people, at least specific people. I would talk about people in general terms, right? Trends of behavior and so on, but not specific people and the details of specific people and how specific people behave and how I interact with them and so on. Um, but yeah, that stuff has been on my mind a lot, and it's been very hectic, and I just haven't felt centered or entirely present in myself, in my reality. I feel very ungrounded, you know. And I suppose the elephant in the room is in some small way at least, um, the fact that everything disappeared and I disappeared and blah blah blah. And that's all related to this stuff that I can't really talk about, so I guess I just won't. But if you're listening to this, then you can expect to see and hear more from me. Because all of that stuff that led to disappearing and so on, and me not making anything is past. Past enough for me to be more grounded and present again. And I suppose I feel somewhat like that now already. Yeah, I feel like I've come to some point of resolution, at least. I know perhaps um, how I come out of this. And so, with that being the case, and that being more so my state of mind now, I'm having thoughts and feelings and just a sense of myself returning to myself, right? And yeah, none of those things are really good things. As you might recall, nothing of what I really discuss here is very nice, pleasant, desirable. So what I come back to is all of that. The inescapable sense of who I am in relation to all that I experience. I spend a lot of time or I go through periods of time, such as the time that I've been going through, where I feel detached from myself and I feel like I'm not really a person that has opinions about things, that everything is just sort of an act, and I don't really have a point of view. I'm sort of just this empty observer that doesn't reflect, that doesn't have preferences and so on, but yeah, I very much do. And what I experience most of all is just dissatisfaction, pain. My pain is not a pain of presence, but one of absence. And I have very severe anhedonia, I think, and have done for quite some time now, and that just really just robs any sense of desire to do anything, because there's no point. As I was saying to someone the other day, it's just, sure, life is futile, right? For most people, it's this carrot on a stick dynamic, right? Where the carrot is always just out of reach, but at least there's something, some sense of anticipation, or some sense of something to be working towards, something to drive you forwards. But with me, it just seems to be all stick and no carrot. That's how I would describe anhedonia, for myself at least. All stick and no carrot. So it's, you just constantly ask yourself, like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this thing that there's no joy or pleasure in doing, and there's no promise of joy or pleasure at the end of doing it? There's no reward for this toil. And so you end up getting yourself into different kinds of trouble as a way to try and remediate this void. And I resisted doing that for a long period of time, but now I just given up, I suppose. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, seeking recourse to the use of different substances and stuff, just to be able to feel something. And I don't like that. I don't like that feeling of what essentially amounts to self-harm. Because I don't hate myself. I just hate not being able to feel anything good, to not feel enthusiastic about anything, really, to not feel connected to anything. Just feel like I'm living in a glass box, cut off from everything, even from myself for the most part. And it's so frustrating and alienating, and ultimately futile. I would like to find a way to get out of this predicament, to see if I can find a way to improve it in some way. Yeah. so that I don't have to do damage to myself through the use of substances and so on. It's not a good path to be going down. And I think it's just a slow death, a protracted form of suicide. And so my kind of assessment of this state of affairs is that it's better to just end things in one swift motion rather than draw them out, if that's the way that things are going, if that's the way that things have to go. But I have as, I guess, something of a goal now to fight against that, to try and not let things go that way, to try and improve things, as I said. And yes, if I can't, ultimately, if that's what reveals itself to be my lot in life, absolutely and completely, inescapably, then yeah, we will have to end this. Yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm really not doing too well right now. Very badly, actually, like way more badly than I'm actually able to be sort of, for the most part, cognizant of. In addition to being entirely anhedonic, I'm also quite alexithymic. It's just one of the another issue that comes along with being autistic. Not being able to understand or interpret one's own emotions. And usually it's in the resultant behavior. That arises because of these emotions that are unfelt and unprocessed, that one is able to discern what it is that they're actually feeling, where they actually are psychologically. That is, one begins to behave in increasingly reckless ways, and thereby is able to discern what's actually going on with one. I don't know if that makes sense. It's kind of hard for me to think. I'm in a city at the moment, and I've been in a city for, I don't know, like 10 days or something now, and always when I'm in these big city environments, like, it just really takes a toll on my physical and mental health, like, just mainly like physically, it just really, really undermines me. Like, all of the electromagnetic smog and so on just really, really drains me, really, like, prohibits my thought process and just gives me this huge brain fog. I just don't feel well. And then I have to deal with all the overstimulation with my autism and stuff from people and traffic and noise. But yeah, I'm here for a very specific reason, and really one reason only. And so I'm staying here for that. Part of this, it's part of this effort to improve my situation and to try and make something more of this experience than just suffering in a slow descent into self-destruction. But I don't know how well it's going so far. Probably not that fantastically right. Okay.